Yeah, sure. First time you do something, it's a premiere. Second time you do something, it's a repetition. And the third time you do something, it's a tradition. So, and today is the third time we have visits, our friends visiting from the States. Jonathan and Kenny, and from Italy, Julia, and from Hedehusene, Kim. So since it's the third time, it must be a tradition which I hope will continue for many years. So please give a warm welcome to Kenny White and Jonathan Boriswood and his friends.
Oh, there's a little boominess or something. I think so, right? That's better. And the fourth time you do something, it's masochism. I'm happy to be here. I live in New York. I'm sorry. That's all. That's all I can say. That's all I can say about it. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't do it. Carillon bells chime in the mist. You want to give in, but you need to resist. Still you open the latch in case love shows up. One strike of the match, the whole thing goes up. You weep like a willow, you move like a cat. You're gonna put someone's heart out playing like that. Yesterday's kiss makes me shiver tonight. Something so crazy but perfectly right. And the jukebox is telling me I'm just one in a lineup. Hey, where do I sign up? This bar is full of sad sacks, dogs on the loose, beer guts and bad backs from years of abuse. And now don't take your freedom for granted. This song and these hats and these attitudes, man, I can't stand it. She and Adonis surrounded by water. I'm holding the lifeline, but it keeps getting shorter. Look in this picture, the camera has caught her. One foot in paradise, one only sorta. I'm self-medicating, skating up hills. This wine is misleading, I brought the wrong pills. And the piano won't give me a thing that I need today. It's got a mind of its own, either I bleed or it's gonna play. All the same crap that we've heard before, and we really don't need to hear anymore. You haven't cut me up bad enough yet. I got one or two veins that haven't been let. It's a prize fight, I barely can stand this. I'm still on my feet in the 10th, on my way to the canvas. Well, I knock at your door and wait till you pull me in. Your hands tactily reading my skin. I get count to infinity before I retire. This unholy trinity, you, me, and hell's fire. I'm staring at 4 kings and still wanna fold. I got so much to look at, nothing to hold. I'm not gonna fight you if that's what you came for. You know how I feel, so if it's not the same for you, go now, 'cause the love never wavers. If you don't see that, don't do me any favors. I wish I whiskey more than I do. It sure would help soften the volume of you, and I might have seen the clues from day one when you gave me your heart and 4,000 reasons to run. Whiskey more than I do. It sure would help soften the volume of you, and I might have seen the clues from day one when you gave me your heart and 4,000 reasons to run. 4,000 reasons to run. 4,000 reasons to run. Thanks, I appreciate it. They're back. I'd like to introduce Julia Nuti. Play a little. Julia comes from Florence, Italy, and she's got nothing to apologize for. The song I wrote after being on the road a little too long. A misty rain is falling through the neon lights. Fat Tuesday in New Orleans on TV tonight. They're mostly in the parts of town that look alright. The camera never shows where the sadness goes. I wish I had an anaconda's DNA. I'd slip out of my skin, and in my note I'd say, thanks to all who made me what I am today. I'm going home, I'm tired of being alone. Will I ever hold you like the night in Magnolia way, for the storm to pass? This motel is no palace, but I'm out here to sing. My fingertips are calloused from these guitar strings. I don't need a calendar to know it's spring. It's right on cue how hard I'm missing you. And here next to my bed, inside an open drawer, Gideon is offering to show me Will I ever hold you like the night in Magnolia Bay? Appreciate that. It's so nice here. It's so I have more spring in my step when I come to Denmark, and it's friendly and clean.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So are you.
No, you. And I heard that Greenland's very nice too. I don't know what to say. It's just awful.
Don't say anything.
I won't. Here's a song from my most recent record, which was pre-pandemic, and not so recent anymore, but, my tape's not working. I'm a mess, sorry, I didn't put on my finery, I'm wearing a sweater, please put up with me. I had the good fortune of having David Crosby sing on this song. He declared himself a fan of mine years ago, and I took the liberty of emailing him and saying, how much of a fan are you? Would you like to fly across the country and sing on my record? And he said, absolutely. So I was very flattered about that. Took him forever to get the part, but no, he's a wonderful guy, and I miss him terribly. And this song is called Road Less Traveled. Looks like we may have finally hit a dry spell. If I had any sense, I'd tell you we're sinking like a stone. It's never fun when only one can feel the distance, and the path of least resistance is worn and overgrown. The heart is a living, breathing contradiction, gets cooler with friction, warm with a gentle touch. I heard a line about the heart once, now I'm gonna steal it. When it's full you hardly feel it, when it's empty it weighs so much. Day by day, all through the night, it's all about who's wrong and who's right. I'm getting tired of the endless battle, I'm just looking for a road less traveled. Operators are assisting other people at this time. Hang up, you'll lose your place in line. This music's driving me insane. You said my call was important to you. I don't know if that's true. Hey, where'd you go? Disconnected again. You appreciate my patience, but your public relations skills cause me palpitations. Can you answer me at all? If my meter's in the basement and my bank is right nearby, why am I talking to Mumbai? I'd like to escalate this call. My blood's warm, but the trail's gone Do I need a locksmith or a priest? I'm a mess of crossed wires. My reputation's painted on every wall in town. The past is gonna hunt me down. I got a long list of priors. Well, they say that money's wasted on the wealthy, youth is wasted on the young, but I don't fall among that kind of chatter. All you're given at the start is a target and some darts. You collect the other parts, and then you try to make them matter. Well, take your place in the new frontier. Oh man, I hope you're happy here. The poet's dead and the song's unraveled, and I'm just looking for a road. I'm no beacon, I'm no saint. I'm a canvas allergic to paint. The light fades with every swing of the gavel, and I'm just looking for a road less traveled. Yeah, I'm looking for a road. Yeah, I'm looking for a road. I'm looking for a road. Thank you very much. Gotta play the guitar. This next one. Which one of these is it like two? That's not. No, this one. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Was anybody here 2 years ago during the windstorm? No, they're all new. How many people haven't seen us before? Oh, there's that frequency again. You have. You're the only one?
Sorry?
Well, thank you for coming back. I don't know what number it is. 500, 200, 300, 300. Still, you're getting it. That's a nice guitar. I don't travel anymore with a guitar. It was very nice to provide one for us, because I landed in England a couple of years ago, and they looked at me at the guitar in my back and said, "You're not playing here, are you?" And I said, "Oh no, sir. I just don't pay attention to the 100 CDs in my suitcase." He said, "If we catch you playing, you don't have a visa, we're gonna never allow you back." But now they changed it, so you have to get some kind of $12 form, and you can do anything you want. So it's not just England. I was traveling with my guitar in the States, and I had a big Guild jumbo that I played like 2 songs in a set, and But I carried around everywhere, and I got to the airport, and they usually were very nice with me, and they'd make jokes, you know, are you going to play on the plane? Can you take, you know, and some people were actually interested, what kind of guitar do you have in there? And then one morning I was in New Mexico, and I was going to fly back to New York, and I had the guitar, and the woman at the desk said, I'm sorry, sir, you can't take the guitar on the plane, you can't go through security with it. I said, no, that's ridiculous, that's wrong. I've been doing it for the last 6 years. I said, well, that's, you know, they said they don't want to let you through security. I said, I think you're lying to me because they're always making jokes to me. And I said, no, I said, well, I have to go and this guitar has to go and I'm not going to let your baggage handlers take it. And they said, well, let me get my supervisor. No, first she said, no, you can insure it. I said, okay, how much can I insure it for? I said, $5,000. I said, all right, I'll do it. I don't really want it, but I'll do it. She says, let me get my supervisor. So she goes and gets her supervisor after 5 minutes, and she comes out and says, I understand you want to insure your guitar. I said, no, I'd rather take it with me, but they tell me I can't. I said, well, we're not, it's Delta's policy, Delta was the airline, we're not allowed to insure anything that's fragile. And I waited for her to laugh, and she didn't. I said, you're serious? She goes, no, we can't assume responsibility, we can't. I said, wow, that's, what can I do? Well, you can buy a ticket for the guitar. I said, so in other words, if I spend the money to buy another ticket for a guitar, the people at security then are fine with me bringing it through there. Well, you can look at it that way. I said, I know how I'm looking at it. But I said, how much? I said, well, we can give you a deal. I forget, it was $200 or $300. And, so I go through security, and of course it's the same. What kind of guitar you got? You're gonna play us a song? And I show up at the gate with my 2 tickets, and I'm boarding the plane, and as I'm getting closer, the security guard comes over and says, I'm sorry, sir, your guitar has been selected for random search. I couldn't make this up. I said, well, it's gonna have to get over there on its own, because I have my ticket, and I'm getting on the plane. And he looked at me and said, just get on the plane. But the last insult was that they gave the guitar the window seat and me the middle seat. I said, those bastards, you know. Anyway, I was telling that story at some shows, and someone said, I know somebody at a national radio show, and I think you need to tell that story on the air. And so they called me, and I told the story on the air, except every time I went to mention the airline, he would cut me off. He would say something over it. But anyway, it's still ringing, really. I don't know what maybe the graphic on the other side. No? Maybe it's the wrong. Anyway, I told the story on the air, on the radio, and a month later, I'm sure it had nothing to do with me, but the airline changed their whole policy, and they were allowing instruments on the plane if they were reasonable size. That's not right, is it? I told you all that so I can tune it, and then I didn't bother tuning. Oh, that's a culprit. brush against fate at least once a day. At night you tend the ghosts of all the close calls. I can say love scared you the most. Your mother taught you to be tough. Your father showed you tender. But on their own, neither one's enough. Sometimes you fight, sometimes surrender. You're gonna be the one to save the day. Yeah, I believe that's what you're here to do. But when the lamps go on, the day's work is done. Who's gonna be the one to save you? You know your story and you know it well. You walk with kings and bums. It's in between the lines you tell. That's where the real story comes. And with a diamond cutter's eye, nothing left to chance. You don't let a soul get by without at least a passing glance. You're gonna be the one to save the day. Yeah, I believe that's what you're here to do. And though you might lose a step, you'll never be outrun. But who's gonna be the one to save you? You hear the sound the hardwood makes, moans and it creaks and it bites. I know those floors have felt the weight of 1,000 sleepless nights. Yeah, you do your best to change. They do their best to keep you silent. Well, you can carve into your deepest vein and still be stranded on Monkey Island. When the last drops of bourbon mix with the rising sun, who's gonna be the one to save you? Who's gonna be the one to save you? I hit that note and it just blows up.
Try to shut it down.
You what?
I tried to shut the.
I don't think that's it. I don't need that. Thank you. Have you played this guitar before ever? For all I have saved, for all we have lost, all we have played and all we have cost. Some of us love more than love would allow, but it's back to the drawing board now. For all of our hellfire, believing in right, for all of our money and all of our might, and all the time that we stand up to bow, it's back to the drawing board now. Didn't it seem like yesterday we were tough, bring 'em on, we could take any of it? You gotta admit, this is a hell of a way to start a millennium. There is comfort in faith, there's a rhythm in prayer. And how many times have we looked for it there? If we didn't know why, well at least we knew how. But it's back to the drawing board. All my ideals, the times I have faked it, the times I've been real, and for all we have mended, then torn and then sewn, for all of the fingers worked to the bone, famine and flame and floods to the roof. Man, I wish that hearts were made disaster-proof. Some cow we got past Stalin, Hitler, and Mao. But it's back to the drawing board now. Yeah, we just rolled up our sleeves and we knitted our brow. But it's back to the drawing board. That's Julian Nutti playing the viola. No, I think you're playing. Actually, yeah. Let's speak with the song. Can you grab me my water bottle before you go? How was dinner? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I have it later. You what? No, I haven't. I have the digestion issues with, if I eat and then try to sing, everybody knows I've eaten.
Yeah, I felt the same except drinking.
Everybody knows you've been drinking. Thank you. Oh, you want to do a song?
No, what's it?
We could. I wasn't gonna. Here we go. I really wanted her to stay. I'm never gonna get my way. So I'm moving out to West LA. Me. Everyone tan and fit. Don't need no sarcastic wit. Leave all that back in New York City. Underneath an auburn haze, sitting on the 405 for days. And while you wait, you pretend to conversate with a girl in the next lane. I will know you horizontally. It'll stay between just you and me. And we'll ride this town convertibly. You'll see. And we won't feel any guilt here, 'cause that's not how we are built here. You know the roses never wilt here. Honestly, West LA, a cure for the weekend heart. And when you finally land that speaking part, she'll suffer the effects of this painful separation. At least that'll be your interpretation. So there's no need to tear up. This traffic's starting to clear up. It's time for you to cheer up in West LA, West LA, West LA, West LA. We didn't practice that. I got a few more songs to play. I'm gonna look and see what they are. Sanitizing wipe, of course. Baggage receipts. The hell is? Oh, race set chord. That's my train ticket. I better not lose that or write a set list. Okay. This is a song I wrote years ago, and it sounded like a jazz ballad of the 40s and 50s, and I tried to write a lyric, and I didn't succeed very well, so I put it away and thought, well, it was nice to write, but I don't think it's ever going to be a song. And then I took it out 11 years later, and this came to me. This is called What Good Would That Do Me Now? I thought of all the words I might have said. You know, the ones that come into your head later on. But you become a stranger, and our love took its final bow. So what good would that do me now? So few prayers have risen from my lips. I feel we should be steering our own ships in these times. But if tonight gets any darker, I might send one up anyhow. But what good would that do me now? It's been so long, hard to recognize the cold. The summer vine's gone brittle, the maples turning gold. I know how to survive this, that's not the mystery. What I want to know is there someone for me? Maybe I misjudged you, it's easy to have done. Even shards of glass can pass for diamonds in the sun. Could it be you never had that kind of love? When you think forever would still not be enough. No, right now I guess the only thing that's known is that it's time to learn to sleep alone again. But I'll hold you till the morning, or at least as long as dreams allow. doing now. I couldn't be happier to be on the road again with my dear friend and one of my favorite of all-time songwriters, Jonathan Spottiswoode, and I'd like to ask him to come up and sing with me on this one. Jonathan Spottiswoode. Good luck with that. I'm giving you your own theme. Everybody needs their own
It's
theme.
a superhero team.
You want a theme?
Yeah, superhero team.
Would you like one?
No, but it's microphone man.
We had a TV show, Ed Sullivan show in New York. It's where the Beatles first played, and everybody kind of fell in love with them. But besides the Beatles, most of the acts they had were they had plate spinners and large German women on their backs spinning tables with their legs, and that was the music that I always played because I was. And then I guess keep getting more and more intense, and everybody loved it. And then the show went off the air, and there was really no place anymore for all those people because there was nothing else. There was no other place for them to be seen, and you couldn't just go in the subway and get on your back and start spinning tables. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this song, and Jonathan's going to help me sing this. I got no more stories to tell you here tonight. I've relived all my glory. I should have left this bar while it was late. Oh, but Annie, babe, those smokes are gonna wreck that creamy skin of yours. I'll give you 5 to 1. You don't even taste them anymore. But Anabel, I hope you split this town before it kicks the daylights out of you. Babe, you're like some jewel I found. I've never known a heart near as true. And I would sooner swallow fire than be the reason for your tears to fall. Hey, it's coming to the wire, and you better go before you lose it all.
Look at all these poses. We think the world knows us when we're kids. My hair was long, my hands were strong. I could show you pictures. Oh, I already did. Then we'll listen to the saxophone, sweet as the day they laid it down. It kills me, baby, when you get that look like you've just discovered sound. But Anabel, I hope you split this town before it kicks the daylights out of you. Babe, you're like some jewel I found. I've never known a heart near as true, and I would sooner swallow fire than be the reason for your tears to fall. Hey, we're coming to the wire. You better go before you lose it all.
I said it's coming to the wire. You better go before you lose it. Na 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 na. You better go before you lose it all. La 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 la. La 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 la. I got one more to play for you. Thank you so much for having us back. I love it here. And to kick off our Denmark tour, this is the right place to do it. And,
Thank you for coming.
anytime, it's easy. You just get on 4 trains and then meet Ken. Get on the wrong first 2 trains and then you find the right trains and say, what does it say? How do you spell that? I don't think that's the right one. We didn't, Julia and I were on the train last year. I don't think we ever told you this when we were going back, and we didn't have enough fare, I guess, or we didn't do it right. And we had to really talk ourselves out of an arrest. He came over and they were very serious here. And we weren't trying to beat the system or anything, we just didn't know we had to do what we had to do. And so he finally believed us that we were just idiots. And,
I said, come on, I'm Italian.
so we put about 10,000 kroner on our cards today just to make sure that doesn't happen anymore.
They can't arrest you, you just run.
Just run, yeah. Maybe they'll send me to El Salvador.
Also Greenland.
I thought we weren't talking about that. Thank you so much. You can find me at kennywhite.net if you still do things like that. And thanks to Kim, Pilo, Julia, Jonathan. Stick around, we'll take a little break. We'll take, what, a 15-minute break or so?
Yeah.
And Jonathan will be up in a little while with many of the same faces you've seen already.
CDs for sale.
And what?
Do you have CDs for sale?
No, I don't.
Yes.
Yes, you have.
Oh, I brought 5 of them. Oh, you have CDs?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, which ones do you have?
CDs for sale.
that box you sent me 6 years ago?
I have CDs for sale.
Yeah.
How many people have CD players? That many. Well, here's the deal. I think streaming is wonderful. I think it's an amazing invention. It's put music back into the ears of people that would not have had this much music put back into their ears. They just have to work out a couple of kinks. One, if you like that last song and you went home and played it on Spotify and then played it 340 more times, which I'm sure you're ready to do, I'd make $1. So, I know you don't have CD players, but buy the CD, look at the pictures, read the lyrics while you're streaming, everyone's happy. I don't know if guilt works over here the same way it works in the States, but it's done pretty well. This last song I'm going to play is about a dysfunctional relationship, and all the notes are back for a minute. I hope you can relate to neither of these protagonists. She's coming today, she's not coming today. She's coming tomorrow, nah, she's not coming tomorrow. But she might come on Friday, she'll see how she feels. She's coming on Saturday, and I'm really so happy. I'm really not happy. We're gonna do something, we might not do anything. There's so many movies, she gets lots of headaches. She's coming on Saturday. She tried being Buddhist, her friends got so angry. She practices yoga, tries to act calm, but no one believes her, they think she's a time bomb. Sometimes when she's talking, you'd think I was standing in the next county, not right next to her. She wishes that high school lasted much longer. She's coming on Saturday. But she's staring at pictures, Hollywood couples. I don't think she owns a hardcover book. I sit and imagine her life without me. She'll pick out a husband who'll call her an angel when neither was sober and the music was loud. They'll buy a TV that takes up the whole room, and her husband won't drown her and then try to hide it by rolling her up in her favorite rug. She won't make the news, not even the local. Glug, glug, glug. Instead I will focus on more of the good things. She's nice to the cat when it stays off the sofa, and now when I kiss her she might leave the light on. She's coming on Saturday. Talks to her mother a lot for a grown-up. Puts on her makeup to go to the beach, but her face doesn't help her when she goes to smile. she hates talking dirty and thinks I'm a pervert who really doesn't know the first thing about love. I will take her to dinner, she'll eat next to nothing, but she's coming on Saturday. Saturday, like it or not, it seems to work. She's really so empty, I'm really a jerk. We fight like the Armenians and the Turks, and to think that you care is just a little berserk. And I don't mean to offend with that last Turk line. I just needed to come up with some Irk rhyme, and these lines you can tell I have not spent long. I figure why start now at the end of the song? So I'm leaving you here with these two lost souls who don't deserve A. We'll just call them B-holes. They deserve each other, but no more of your time. So I'm freeing you from this conundrum of mine, because you might not get it, you might not see what this attraction could possibly be. I'm getting in touch with the masochist in me, and she's coming. Yes, she's coming on Saturday. Thank you very much.